Football is a game of moments. A single kick can change everything. A save can alter destinies. A final whistle can rewrite history. We all remember the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar. Lionel Messi, at long last, lifted the one trophy that had eluded him. He completed football. The debate for many was over. But what if that moment never happened? What if the narrative we all witnessed was just one version of reality? Today, we will explore a different path. We will journey into an alternate timeline, a world that was just a few kicks of a ball away from being our own. Imagine a world not draped in the blue and white of Argentina, but in the deep red and green of Portugal. This isn't just a simple what-if scenario. It is an exploration of legacy, culture, and the very fabric of the sport we love. The rivalry between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi has defined an entire generation of football. For nearly 2 decades, they have pushed each other to unimaginable heights. Their battle for supremacy has been fought in packed stadiums, on social media feeds, endless debates among fans. The World Cup was always seen as the final frontier, the ultimate tiebreaker in their epic contest. In our reality, Messi claimed that prize. But in another, the story unfolds very differently, with a different hero at its heart. Imagine the scene, December 18th, 2022. The Lusail Stadium is a sea of noise and color. The game is on a knife's edge. But instead of Argentina, it is Portugal facing France in the final. Cristiano Ronaldo, in his 5th and final World Cup, stands on the brink of immortality. The weight of a nation rests squarely on his shoulders. He has won everything else. The Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, the European Championship. But this is different. This is the World Cup. It is the one prize that would silence every single critic and cement his place as the undisputed greatest of all time. The final whistle is about to blow. The final whistle echoes around the stadium, but it signals a Portuguese victory. Cristiano Ronaldo falls to his knees, overcome with emotion. His teammates swarm him. The dream has been realized. He has done it. He has led Portugal to World Cup glory. Instantly, the digital world erupts. Social media platforms buckle under the strain. Ronaldo GOAT, got Portugal world champions, we're CR7 the king. Animated emojis, reaction GIFs, celebratory posts flood every screen. News channels break away from regular programming to cover the historic moment. This victory isn't just a personal triumph, it's a national coronation. Ronaldo is no longer just a national hero. He is elevated to the status of a deity. He has delivered the Holy Grail. But as one star ascends, another's trajectory is altered. Lionel Messi watches the celebration from afar. He is still a legend. His genius is undeniable. But the narrative is now fundamentally different. The final definitive argument in the GOAT debate has been seized by his rival. The history books are being rewritten in real time. A new king has been crowned, and the world of football will never be the same again. With the World Cup trophy in his hands, Cristiano Ronaldo did not just complete his personal collection. He shattered the established order of world football. He has the European Championship and the World Cup, a continental and global double. This puts him on a new pedestal, forcing a re-evaluation of football history. The criteria for greatness are redefined. Ronaldo becomes the benchmark. Portugal ascends to the elite. No longer dark horses. World champions. Ronaldo's World Cup victory would unleash a commercial tsunami, dwarfing anything the sports world has ever seen. Nike would launch a limited edition CR7 World Champion line of boots. Those items would sell out within minutes of release. The merchandise market would explode. Official Portugal jerseys with Ronaldo 7 on the back would become the best-selling sports apparel item of the year, globally. This commercial boom would extend far beyond traditional sportswear. Ronaldo would become the face of luxury brands, tech companies, global conglomerates. His CU celebration licensed in video games, featured in commercials, in viral marketing campaigns, becoming a universal symbol of victory. The Ronaldo brand would transform from a sports entity into a global lifestyle empire, on par with Michael Jordan's influence in basketball. In this alternate reality, as Ronaldo celebrates his ultimate triumph, the world's cameras inevitably turn to find Lionel Messi. The questions directed at Messi would be relentless and unforgiving. His legendary career would for a time be viewed not through the lens of his incredible achievements but through the prism of this one final failure. Pundits who had championed his cause would be forced to change their tune, a shadow cast by his rival's crowning achievement that would follow him for the rest of his career. Ronaldo winning the World Cup would be more than just one big win. It would kick off a truly amazing time for Portuguese soccer. The almost there label that had bothered many talented Portuguese teams for years would be gone forever. This new belief would lead to a huge boost in finding and developing talent all over the country. The goal wouldn't just be to find the next Ronaldo, but to build a system that always creates players who are good with the ball, smart about strategy, and mentally tough. The biggest reason for Portugal's amazing time in football would be something called the Ronaldo effect. How hard he worked, how much he cared about staying fit. His strong belief in himself would become a national mindset. He would become a key person in shaping the country's football future, visiting academies, talking to youth teams, showing them how to succeed. This golden era would see Portugal become a dominant force in international competitions. They would go on to compete for more European championships and Nations League titles. In this alternate reality, Lionel Messi's legacy is not erased, but it is fundamentally and permanently rewritten. He remains a footballing deity. But without the crowning glory of a World Cup, his story takes on a more tragic tone. He would be remembered as the flawed genius. Messi's legacy would be compared to other greats who never won the World Cup. He'd be placed in a separate pantheon. His long journey with Argentina would lack a redemptive ending. The GOAT debate would retreat into the cold, hard realm of statistics. This would become the last bastion for Messi's supporters. Elaborate infographics would become weapons in this statistical war. One side, Ronaldo, raw goal totals. The other side, Messi, goal per game ratio. One school of thought would champion trophies as the only currency that matters. The other school of thought would argue that pure footballing ability are more important. Messi's legacy would therefore be twofold. For the masses, the genius who couldn't win the big one, and for the purists and statisticians, the player whose numbers prove he was in a class of his own. Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup victory would trigger a cultural renaissance. The Sioux celebration would reach a new zenith of cultural saturation. The world of fashion would quickly pivot to embrace the champion, making him a trendsetter on a scale not seen since the days of David Beckham. He would be portrayed as the king on his throne, the embodiment of achieved greatness. Even the music industry would reflect his cultural dominance. Pop stars would name-drop him in songs. Beyond the commercials and fashion trends, Ronaldo's World Cup win would inspire a powerful global movement centered on his philosophy of self-belief and relentless hard work. People would share stories of how Ronaldo's example inspired them to start a business, run a marathon, or overcome personal challenges. The Ronaldo effect would also have a tangible impact on health and fitness culture worldwide. Fitness influencers and brands would create Train Like Ronaldo programs. His World Cup win would not just be a victory for Portugal, it would be a victory for every person who dares to dream and is willing to work relentlessly to achieve it. So, we return from our journey into the world that almost was. A world where a single, powerful shot remade football history in its wake. The GOAT debate is not just settled, but decisively conquered. Portugal is reborn. Lionel Messi's story becomes a beautiful but tragic epic. This alternate history serves as a powerful testament to the incredible power of football, a force that can define legacies, unite nations, forge cultural icons, and inspire millions. Ultimately, the question remains, even in this rewritten world, does a single trophy truly define greatness? Or is it the years of consistent, magical brilliance that matter more? This alternate timeline provides one answer, but the debate will likely rage on forever. So, what do you think? In a world where Ronaldo conquered all, is the debate truly over? Who would you call the greatest of all time? The answer, as always in football, depends entirely on what you value most.